Just run through what you've got on this machine. So up here you've got your engine, you've got your pull start, you've got your spark plug. This machine does come with the optional electric start. I've never actually used that, so can't comment on that. You've got your gas tank, your gas filler tank, flow instructions, your carburetor and your choke options. So as you move further down the shaft, you've got a nice handle here. You've got a 2-point lever to rev up the engine, so you squeeze in the top part and then pull the bottom, and there's your throttle essentially. You have your kill switch right here, and then you move on to the handles, or the handle. Here's the option that I've went with. I really like this handle. You can turn it around, face the other way, you can loosen it, have it at a different angle. This is the other one that it came with. I just don't like this. I see this on other options, and I think this is better if this was a lighter machine. With it being a little bit heavier, I like this one a little bit more. It's kind of just a little bit small and a little bit awkward to use, but I recommend this one here. I do feel this handle gives me a little bit more control from the work that I've been doing. Then you move down and you've got this little thumb screw here which you can unscrew. Press this little silver button down and you can take off the bottom part of the trimmer. So what removing the bottom of the string trimmer does is allow you to have one main engine that powers multiple tools instead of having multiple tools and having every single engine for or power supply for each one. So you can actually get this, I'm going to call this a brush cutter. It's actually from trimmerplus. Now if you are going to Lowe's to buy this Craftsman, you'll see all the trimmerplus attachments that can attach to this model. In the store you can get various things, but this trimmerplus here, I use this for going through thicker brush. This does a really good job. We had a big thorn bush down the back and it went through it with no problem at all. The other thing that I do have is this hedge trimmer. Now for trimming hedges, this is great. And the other thing that this is good for, not only just to have one platform to plug it all into, is it gives you a little bit more reach. With a standard hedge trimmer, you only really have this amount of room anyway, but with this, you have that extra little bit of height. So if you're trimming evergreens or such, you can actually get up quite high to trim them without having to get on a ladder, which is really handy, especially for someone who's scared of heights. So in the trimmerplus lineup, they have I think 6 or maybe 8 tools that are all compatible with this Craftsman. There are other brands on the market that have similar tools compatible for other brands, so it doesn't have to just be on this platform, but these are 3 things or 2 things I have to go with my weed whacker that I'd really recommend getting just for maintaining your yard and keeping it nice and clean. So let me put this weed whacker back together and I'll show you how to start it. I just looked down and saw that my string trimmer is actually out of line, so if you're interested in learning how to restring your string trimmer, I'll make sure to drop a link in the description below to a video that I've got on that, so you can learn how to do that. So let me get this put back together and we can get to testing this out. My previous video on this weed whacker, you would see me restringing using this Craftsman string line. Yeah, that's out the window. Get yourself some ugly twist or equivalent. This is commercial grade. That Craftsman stuff, I found it was just starting to melt basically in the string trimmer head. I was running through it too fast. This stuff here really lasts a long time and it's a lot easier to work with. It's on a nice spool there instead of just being in a ball in that packet there. So do yourself a favor. It's about 50 cents more expensive. Just upgrade to the better quality string line. Make sure it's the right thickness because they have a couple in this. Personally, I do like to wear a mask when using this weed whacker. I have been hit in the face a couple of times with some stray stones. Not very nice. One thing is, some of your defenders, you're going to want that. So let me show you how I start this. Starting the weed whacker is just like any other 2-cycle. You press the primer bulb a couple of times, then you make sure the choke switch is in position 1, pull the pull start a couple of times, move to position 2, pull it in a couple of times and it'll start right up. You can let it warm up for a little bit, then you can put it to position 3 and you're good to go and weed whack. Here I'm just taking down some brush. It's mainly just weeds, so nothing too thick, but even the thicker stuff, this has no problem going through. And then I can go around and edge my yard and just take down any of the lawn that's at the edge that I can't get with the mower, and this weed whacker has no problem with that. There we have it, review on the Craftsman Ws210 weed whacker, how to start it, and some footage of me using it. I've not had a single problem with this weed whacker. The only problem would be the line that I was using from Craftsman. It started up first time. Great bit of kit, good in the market for a weed whacker. Definitely check this out. So if you found this video useful, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you don't want to miss out when I post my next video.